Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Refine Network podcast. So I'm here with Tim, with Vish.
Hello.
I'm going to get into all of that because we have a beautiful relationship, and your work that you put into Vish inarguably has not only changed our business, and also in some of the unique things we do within the Refine Network. I just can't be convinced that when these two things go together, it's massively successful.
Yeah.
However, though, first,
Okay.
so what is the most valuable thing to you outside, like cannot be anything that is in your suitcase when you're traveling?
My headphones.
Literally,
Clearly.
AirPods.
So I recently had the Apple AirPod Pro Max Pro, whatever they're called.
The over-the-ear ones, the big boys?
Over-the-ear
What
ones.
color?
They're gray.
Okay,
And
nice.
they were stolen out of my bag in Miami at an event recently.
Ugh.
And and it's the second pair that I've had in my life. The first pair I left in a taxi. The second pair were stolen. But I go to sleep with them. I work out with them. I travel with them. Like I'm constantly listening to audiobooks, podcasts, and music, of course.
Yeah.
So
I know.
I'm devastated.
So this just happened on the plane. I have Lululemon makes these like traveling blazers. They're brilliant. If you don't have one, grab one.
Yeah?
They're like maintenance free, brilliant. So got on the plane and just was a little bit warm, so I like took it off. I had my passport and my AirPods in the zipper pocket, and I put it up above, right? And I knew like the moment that the damn plane started moving, I was like, oh, they're up there, right? Yeah. And it was only like 15 minutes, Tim, but it was a damn eternity. The amount of time that I just sat there, I was like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's so wild that like, and that's why I asked the question, because like it's so crazy, because when you don't have something that you're so used to, comfort, right? Control. I think we both like control.
Yeah.
Right?
And a creature of habit.
Yeah. So much so.
So it's kind of good though, because now, like I would use them constantly. So I went and replaced them with just the little in-ear ones.
Yeah.
I don't want to bite the bullet and spend $600 on another pair.
Right.
But now that I haven't had them, it's been a couple of weeks. I've been going for my dog walks in the morning without them. It's kind of nice.
Okay.
So I'm actually like, I think my walking experience, I'm a little bit more in the moment.
Sure.
Than when I'm listening.
Totally would make sense.
So.
I challenge myself now. Like I love you bring up dog walking. My new thing is like, I'm like, hey, leave the phone at home. Yeah. It's like 15 minutes.
I know.
But I can be more intentional with my dog.
Yep.
Otherwise, I mean, distractions, calls, whatever that may be. And I think it is an incredibly, important thing. What we both do, I mean, inarguably, you founded a software company. The amount that you are at the mercy of screens is incredible, right? So like carving out a little bit of that time there. For those that don't know, take me off in a fast jet up to 30,000 foot. What is Vish?
How Vish came about was that just technology was everywhere in the salon except for at the color bar.
Mm-hmm.
So what that meant was your staff are using your most expensive inventory without any security measures, any eyesight on what's going on. And then when they would pull that bowl off the scale, all the data is lost.
Yeah.
Unless they chose to record it.
Yeah.
So I knew then, years ago, so this is back in 2012, that it could be replaced, technology could step in. So what we are is technology that reduced cost of goods.
Yep.
So 40% of the inventory is thrown away down the drain.
Yep.
And then we also monetize the inventory. So everybody in the industry, we had extra bowl fees. We had other things that we were doing when people used more color.
Right.
But it's the honor system.
Yeah.
So once you start weighing on a scale that's connected to an app or connected to, a program or a platform, well, then we can just automate all of that. So we can make sure nothing leaks out that isn't charged, but should be.
Yep.
So that goes from extra color to change of services, partial to a full. Online booking is great, but a lot of clients will book something that's a lesser expensive service. They come in, they get a consultation. Now you have to change it.
Right.
So for the stylist, we're able to make sure that we record every formula, give them an accurate amount of color that they want to use, And then if there's extra services added or more color is used, we make sure that's visible for checkout.
Yep.
And then we also just run the whole inventory.
I know. And it's so interesting. I knew the moment that I saw what y'all were doing, I was like, this, I mean, y'all probably knew, but if you don't have it at this point, if you don't have some sort of color management in your salon company, that would be the first thing that I would say. Secondly, then paired up to good point of sale, like really, really good software in that way. I just can't be convinced. Now, maybe like I could see, like, if you're in the industry and you're a barber, I could understand how you
if
maybe
you're not
would
doing
not
much
exactly
services,
exactly.
Sure.
The wild thing is, though, I would even feel that, let's say that, smaller on the organization size, and just keep the number simple. If you're doing $100,000, 100,000 or $1 million, whichever one you want to look at it, in 15% of that $100,000 is color services, I still think that Vish pays for itself.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you think whatever you're spending a month in color, reduce that number by, so if you're spending $1,000 a month in color,
yep,
you're throwing away 400 of it.
Right.
Right. If you're spending $1,000 in cover, like you'll 2-3x the return on investment with Vish at the smallest amount. But I think if you're not using something, and it doesn't, there's other companies do similar to what we do. If you're not using anything technology-wise in the color bar, you're basically running your salon with a paper appointment book. It's the exact same thing.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. You're not collecting data. You're not doing anything with that data. And it's a free-for-all.
Yeah. One of the things that we do in the Refine Network, we have a refining program called Scale. And what I do with that is we go through, in one of the pieces is that we set allotments to every single service, right? Yeah. And then this is where, like when I spoke of earlier, when you pair these two things together, one, we're making sure that from a compensation standpoint, from a break-even standpoint, the organization and the team's needs are met. Mm-hmm. And then also have those allotments set so that we know for whatever the service is that we have that costed appropriately, right? Yep. And that's been the biggest thing of, like, when I'm now going into a salon and just say, hey, y'all, if you're going to make this investment, we would be foolish to not get Vish in play.
Yeah.
And because we're going to have some changes coming in the future as far as, rolling out new service items, new pricing, it makes more sense to do Vish like stat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the main reason being is, like, your team's going to get used to using it. Right. One of the parts that I think is so powerful, though, and you hit it nail on the head, is like, okay, cool. So the artist in a helper, in a servant's mentality, right? Yeah. We're always going to give more. Right.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit more. Right. Oh gosh.
We have personal relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a hard, what Vish also stands in the space for, though, is it puts in a boundary.
Yeah.
Hey, at this point, we need to charge more.
This is your break. This is where you're profitable.
Yeah.
Anything above that, you're losing profit.
Correct. Yep. And I think that, like, that's one of the things that people really need to understand is Vish, the whole process of it. Now you have something to say, hey, this isn't just guesswork, right? Mm-hmm. The industry did us, a number of things poorly, but one of them was like the color key nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The bowl that had, like, the measurement of nonsense, absolute nonsense. Yeah. And also from, like, a chemical integrity standpoint, you're not mixing correctly, right?
No.
So the amount not only, like, so it saves you, right? But also from a standpoint of, like, client experience and predictable results.
Exactly.
Like, it's doing so many things.
Two of the biggest complaints that customers have about their color appointment is the color's not consistent from visit to visit.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they're going to pay.
Yep.
Because I remember to charge you for the treatment and the extra bowl of color this time. Last time I didn't. Now my bill's $40 more, and I don't understand why I got the same
inconsistency.
Service.
Yeah.
Inconsistency.
Yeah.
So if you can deliver repeatable services and an accurate price and a predictable price, like knowing what to charge before you mix color, if there's going to be extra, we can help. We do that as part of the build a formula. Let's see how much extra color.
Yeah.
It gives that transparency to the guests so they know what they're paying Because that's part of it is, that's the last thing they're doing when they walk out. That's the last experience they have is paying for the bill.
Yeah.
And if that's not a good experience, it's hard to get them back in, or it's hard to turn that around. So just being able to provide consistency from visit to visit is a big win for stylists. And I'm a hairdresser. So I was a salon owner and still guilty of discounting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know why. I use this analogy all the time. If the chef was also the server and also the checkout person and you weren't happy with your meal, there would be discounts there too. Right?
Wow.
But and it's evident in how non-profitable or how not profitable salons are.
Yeah.
So I think if you look at, the hair cutting side of the business, that's stable.
Right.
Right. The booking time is realistic.
Yep.
There's not many variables that happen in a haircut that's going to drive cost.
Right.
It's the color department.
Yep.
And 80% of salons are not profitable. And they don't really know unless they have you who's coaching them to say, look, this is where you should be. Like when I was with my salon, we were with a color company, product company, and color company. They would set benchmarks and we would aim to get them. But I think it's always worth looking at again and looking at people like yourselves who are day-to-day in a salon and are running salons and running profitable salons to really help set those benchmarks as to where you should be. And the color department is the area that really needs a lot of focus.
I mean, it is your revenue stream. And, the great thing is once you have these pieces in play, right? Like once they're onboarded into your company and it's a way of use, the amount of things that you can do to adapt, because like trend is wild today, right? Mm-hmm. How long have you been licensed for? I'm at 15 years.
Are you calling me out of my age?
No, not at all.
I started doing hair at 18 or 19, and I'm going to be 53 this year.
Okay.
So a long time.
So
W.
The thing that's so wild today is like there's not trend per se because everything is trend, right? And the ability to be able to adapt to new services, new products, right? When you have good processes in place, it makes your ability to be able to navigate that so much better and so much faster. And I think, again, I in an interesting way, I told myself, I was like, I don't know how to have a conversation with you and not end up selling your stuff for you. But but we use it and it's inarguable. This is an interesting one. I'm on my healing journey as a salon owner. So recently, transition is going to be a thing that happens. It's going to happen all the time. And recently, though, one of the parts I thought was interesting was we had a couple people transition out of the team, and the thing that was said was they're like, yeah, we were going to try and make it without Vish, and I think they lasted like a week before having to absorb that. And I was like, well, here's the thing, like we've had a good relationship, and we obviously we do a lot of cross promotion on business. But I told them, I was like, hey, when you're one-on-one and one of one and you have to soak up what that charges, this is where, like, when you have a team and if you have a team, Vish literally, do not change the price, by the way. But Vish literally pays for itself.
Yes.
But the compliment that they had said, they're like, yeah, we realized that it was doing so much more.
Yeah.
So much more, right?
Yeah. There's no way you can keep your eyes on everything.
No.
Right? Unless you're standing at the color bar and watching what everybody's mixing, and then also looking at the front desk, watching what everybody's charging. Yeah.
And
why do that?
Yeah. And doing those two actions, I can just tell you're going to have turnover.
Yeah.
Right. There's not enough autonomy and there's not enough trust. All right. Hey, shameless plug. We want to continue to serve. Check out the App Store. Type in The Refined Network. It's available both on Apple and Android. Here's the thing. It's a way that we can continue to serve you. All of our podcasts, all of our digital resources, and our community is there. Here's the thing. We believe that we're better together. Back to the episode. Okay. I'm going to pivot a little bit. So for you, I would say that my story of you is that you're a highly effective human. What's your superpower?
I don't know what my superpower is. Adaptability and change is something that I thrive on. Like I need change constantly. and I'm able to adapt. And I think I spend a lot of time in my head, which is good and bad.
Yeah.
But it's why Vish came about. It's why I was able to transition out of being behind the chair into technology. So I guess my superpower would be my constant desire to look at things differently and to do things differently.
Sure.
I think.
Brilliant. Okay. The next one I'm going to, the human body and mind is so wild. What's one thing like diet wise, consumable wise that you've changed and you felt it unlocked something for you?
In the way I eat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything like,
yeah. So I've been a vegetarian most of my life. And then probably last 15 years, I started eating fish. So pescatarian.
Yep.
But most recently, a lot more fermented foods.
Yeah.
Just gut health. So like I make my own yogurt, ferment my own food.
That's so
I
cool.
love cooking.
Okay.
So,
yeah, same.
That's kind of, I guess I'm more and more focused on gut health.
Yeah.
And then the impact that has on the brain health is really good.
It's
and I see
incredible.
And being on the road as we are and traveling in trade shows, you fall out of that pattern. And because you're eating in restaurants, you're socializing, you're going out to dinner and you're drinking.
Yep.
And I crave more than anything getting back and eating at home.
Yeah.
Like that's my,
give me back to my routine. Yep.
Can't wait to be eating healthy again, getting into a regular workout routine. So yeah, diet is super important. As I'm going to be 53. So I've really been, the last few years, been really focused on this being as healthy as I can.
Yeah. Anytime. I mean, I want to say, how old is Vish now?
We've been in the App Store for 8 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I've known you for about 8 years. And one thing I always, in the presence of you, you're calculated. I'd say that you're courageous. And you have a lot of vitality.
Are you flirting? No.
No. I'd look in your eyes if I was. No, but those are things that I've always, had in your presence. So I think that we all, I've hit on this in a couple of podcasts recently. Like the main thing is like, just try and get 1% better. And that's why I asked those questions.
Yep.
Okay. So closing one, I was told a story and I don't know that I truly believe it. So
nervous when people start this way. There's a lot of stories about me.
No, I'll keep those away. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. So you are living in Mexico now?
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
I was told that you got a flight here for incredibly cheap. How much was your flight here?
Not here. So okay. I would often go to Guadalajara, back and forth.
Yeah.
$7.
$7. You were paying $7 in going on
an hour and
a plane.
Yeah.
In trusting that process, that $7 keeps them doing the things of maintenance.
I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Like it's like Ryanair out of Ireland. They were doing like £1 or €1 flights. It's the add-ons, right? It's the add-ons. Sure. It's I'm sure there's only so many seats at that.
Right.
So I think if I check luggage, then it adds 120 pesos.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, no, sorry. If I carry on luggage, it's 120 pesos.
Wow.
If I check luggage, it's 1,000 pesos.
Sure.
So they make it up there.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's been great. I've been able to see a little bit more of Mexico. I first drove from Puerto Vallarta to Guadalajara, and that was a 4-hour process, plus rental car, plus tolls. I think the tolls alone were like 2,000 pesos. And then I was like, why don't I just fly? And yeah.
First, I just want to say thank you to Lanza, for having us here.
Thank you.
And then secondly, as an organization, y'all have chose to really come on and support us. Yeah. My story is that truly the work that we do, they integrate so well. And I'm thankful that you see that. So just want to say thanks for the support.
We love what you do.
In the beginning, when you're building something, when it's special, that it's special, maybe somewhat special, when the individuals that you look at and you're like, I know that they did the thing and they made the courageous choices. to bring this into the industry? Because before you did it, the closest thing to it was this failed thing. I believe it was called Shore Tint.
Yeah.
They tried, and it was like way too many damn moving parts.
Process. Yeah, they really wanted to get hairdressers to do things differently. Like you had to go through this rigid consultation process that made them, and then it would predict how much color you need.
Yeah.
I'm like, they already know how to mix color.
Yeah.
They already know how to do a consultation.
Yeah.
Let's just mimic what they're already doing and make it easier.
Y'all see the value of what we do and choosing to partner. I mean, it sounds like we're going to be on a number of similar events, similar stages, serving groups. So I just got to say thanks. You know, when I met you, I remember knowing that what was being built was going to change the industry, and having you choose, you know, to partner with us, it's a huge compliment. So thank you for that.
You have a great network. You have a great group of people who you work with. And what you're doing is so essential in the industry because you can provide data and numbers. And we have this all the time. Like we have great dashboards.
Yep.
But if you don't know how to break down the data and you don't have those benchmarks, somebody coaching and guiding you through it, so that you are able to take action on what you have the data for, it's, you know, we wouldn't be where we are without people like your company who are helping salons get to that level with the data.
Hey, thank you for that. Okay, bonus. It just hit me. So you attended a leaders retreat recently, took an Enneagram. Tim, I was watching you in the back of the room.
Yeah.
I was like, this man is going in deep.
Yeah.
You were an Enneagram 7? Perfect.
Yeah.
So how has it served you recently?
It's sort of parallel to stuff that I'm trying to do in my life, is understanding my strengths and weaknesses and then trying to improve my weaknesses by being more organized.
Yeah.
So during that class, when I did that year retreat,
when you went down the rabbit hole,
I went down the rabbit hole and I used ChatGPT to build me out a spreadsheet, which is based on my Enneagram 7 and helping me track and monitor some things that I'm doing and not doing and just be more focused.
Yeah.
Because I can be so unfocused. You know, I'm also, you know, a hairdresser, ADHD, sure, and all the other things, but yeah, and I'm still diving into it.
Yeah.
It's really helped me. And I've got my daughter to take it as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So getting her for me to understand her and how she works is we also work together.
Tim,
so
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know, this is why we do this work. And we believe in having things that give maximum impact. And I'm so glad that I just went back through. It's like, you know, most recent experience where I saw you in a space of enlightenment, and it was that. And it's cool to see how it served. So, hey, really appreciate your time. Y'all, so if you don't know what the Enneagram is, this individual has really tackled some interesting problems, right? And you've created some really beautiful things. Watching you dive so into that and really, really consume it, if you can tell that little bit about this human, I think this could impact you as well. We would love to serve you. So check out therefinednetwork.com. We have our assessments available there for the Enneagram. We not only do the Enneagram as an assessment, but we coach on it, and we can also come into your salon and do a workshop. And exactly what Tim just said, and masterful, great, beautiful paternal and leadership energy is, hey, this human is someone not only like is your daughter, but also like professionally in helping her be able to see, and then for y'all to be able to work at like together better. Yeah. That's what we're about. Because we do believe, like, I just can't be convinced we are better together. Right? Yeah, cool. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thank you.
Honor.
Good seeing you.
Honor. All right. Tune in soon. See you in 2 weeks.